Oh my god.
Holy Moses.
That sucked. Oh.
Hey everybody!
Hi.
Hello.
This is MaJeliv. We're the Vasquez family. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Jemmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua. And I'm scared of sharks, which is why today we're going to be watching Jaws.
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 Yeah, so I am the only one in this family that has not seen this movie. There are reasons why. I mean, Matthew saw it in middle school, Jimmy saw it when she was in middle school, but I was not home. And I was happy to not be home because I have always been bothered by sharks. There's reasons, and we can talk about them later.
Yes.
But we're here today to conquer that fear and to take this on. So, this is my first time. I'm happy that my family is watching this with me.
We got you.
And and you guys are here, so we'll just get this done.
And Steven Spielberg's got you too.
And
you know?
Steven Spielberg, yes.
He's gonna get you through.
And
this.
John Williams.
John Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us. Let's jump into Jaws. Here we go.
Not into the Jaws.
No.
No, not in the Jaws.
Man,
Based on the novel.
Peter Benchley really scared generations with sharks.
Steven Spielberg.
A one and
Who's
a
that guy, right?
Yeah.
Seems talented.
Oh my gosh, I love their hair.
I know, man. It's that 70s hair.
Lot of smoking.
Yeah, that guy's smoking and drinking at the same time. Oh man.
Where are we going?
Yay! Yay! Oh! Famous last words.
Hold up! What?
Is that the sun?
Yeah, it's like morning.
Nah, dude.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Man.
My boy's just sleeping. That was
Begins.
horrible.
That was awful. I don't remember that.
There it is. And roll credits. That was a great movie.
That's a good hook.
Amity, you say yad.
Yeah.
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 Yad, not too far from the car.
Mom, I got cut. I got hit by a vampire.
Oh my gosh, why are you so happy about that?
Yeah?
Can I go swimming?
I want my cup back! You'll get it. Okay.
That's an amazing shot.
Yeah.
You see the foreground, the background?
Yeah. So
Telling a
good.
story with every part of the frame.
Huh. Oh.
Yikes.
So it seems that the 9-year-olds from the school have been karateing the picket fences.
A lot bigger fish to fry
Uh-huh.
than karate chopping the fences.
Fill out the form. Just fill it out.
Like all those small town troubles, right?
Yeah.
I forgot how it's just so geniusly shot. Because I actually haven't watched.
That was
this
great
movie all the way
exposition and
through in a long
storytelling too,
time.
that nothing like this has ever really happened for them. At least for this guy.
They add such a stress to us watching by adding all those little annoyances.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, right on time at 4th of July.
If I can't get service from the sun, I get
Oh man.
What's the matter with my thing? Let Polly do the printing.
We need to hire some more officers.
Yeah, seriously. It's the mayor.
Well, I think possibly, yes, a boating accident.
Wow.
Wow.
I appreciate it. I'm just reacting to what I was told.
It's all one shot, right?
This movie's so fantastic. Oh, it's
Man.
pure genius.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kid from earlier, is it?
No, this is
No,
another
different
kid.
kid.
What a shot. You saw that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Homeboy looks like a sea turtle.
Oh no.
The clutter looks so calm.
The suspense.
I know.
Which one will it pick?
Yeah, fine, fine.
Oh my gosh, they're all jumping in there?
That's definitely gonna get the shark's attention.
You know the muffin man.
That would be me. Just playing on the shore. The dog?
Dog?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my
God.
gosh, why are you
Everybody's
going in?
going in?
Oh, okay, good. Just get them out.
They're all getting the kids.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Get the kids.
That's Josh.
Oh God.
Oh no. That's the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Ah.
That's all I
All
got.
of this would have been
That's-
avoided.
Right. The mayor, all he cares about is the
Yeah.
money.
I don't think that's funny at all. Sorry.
There's a lot of jokes these days that I have that opinion about.
Ow! Actually, that's really good sound editing.
This shark, swallow you whole. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, tail, the whole damn thing. Ladies and gentlemen.
Huh. Talk about a character intro.
Oh yeah, that's great print.
Get out of that boat!
But I want him to read the boating regulations, the rules, you know, before he goes out on his own.
Michael, did you hear your father?
So what she saw.
Yeah.
They
She's like,
attack
wait,
boats,
you can
too.
break into the boat? Get out of there, kid.
Better catch something. This is my wife's holiday roast.
Swim back.
Come on, man.
Whew.
No, I love the dogs.
Can you tell me if there's a good restaurant or hotel on the island?
You walk straight ahead.
They're all gonna die.
You're like, that's you, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, you're the guy we called. I'm Brody. I'm Brody.
Oh, I'm very glad to meet you.
Yeah, I'm glad to meet you, too.
Listen, I know
Where do we get them silly bastards down in that rock pile?
No! Why are you guys taking the dogs? Oh, don't pollute the ocean. Yuck.
Watkins, female Caucasian.
Yeah, here's where we have it.
Probable boating accident.
Are you serious? She's in a bin? That's what's left of her?
The torso has been severed in mid-thorax. There are no major organs remaining. May I have a glass of water, please? This is what happened. Indicate.
I think it's a macaw.
Mako?
Yeah, but what kind?
It's a bull shark.
Tiger shark.
Oh, tiger. Tiger or bull, one of the two.
A what?
What?
Let's be reasonable, huh? This is not the time or the place. And I am not going to stand here and see that thing cut open and see that little Kettner boy spill out all over the dock.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of.
She's gonna want that shark opened. Probably.
Yes?
You knew there was a shark out there. You knew it was dangerous. But still, my boy is dead now. There's nothing you can do about it.
Man.
He's such a cool character.
Who, Brody or who?
Matt. Both of them.
Both of
Both
them.
of
yeah.
them.
So great.
All of them.
Anyone eating this?
No.
Which I wanted to prove today by cutting the shark open, but you know, you want to let that breathe for nothing.
My goodness, he served himself so much wine.
That's a lot of wine.
He's under a lot of duress.
I love how much suspense they give us without showing much. Oh. Lovely.
That probably smells awful, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see how they don't even have to say it?
Came up in the Gulf Stream from the southern waters.
St. Louis. Or rather, Louisiana.
We gotta find him right now. He's a knife feeder. On the water? Well, If we're looking for a shark, we're not going to find him on the land.
Yeah, but I'm not drunk enough to go out in a boat.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
Is that a boat?
the shark got him.
What happened?
Nothing good.
That's courageous right there.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a tooth. I think. Yeah. Oh, that is a big tooth.
I think he miscalculated the size of the bite.
Oh my god.
Holy Moses.
That sucked. Oh.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Dude. Matt, can you get my heart? It's over there.
I shouldn't remember any of this.
This is a great white, Larry.
This is a movie you forget because it's so creepy.
What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
Love to prove that, wouldn't you? Get your name into the National Geographic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Here comes the money.
that's the lunch.
Yeah, the money and the lunch.
It's like, for all of that, it's the 4th of July. For that shark, it's Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. That's that's. Nah, man.
Cloud has appeared on the horizon of this beautiful resort community. Cloud in the shape of a killer shark.
You could not be more right.
Nobody's going in. Please, get in there.
Oh no.
No. Oh my gosh, seriously? Okay. Nah, man. I don't care if he was the mayor. I would never listen to that dude.
I would have told the
Well,
mayor.
yeah.
Put
After
you
you,
in
after you
it.
go.
After
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Exactly. Wear your swimming trunks, buddy. That suit looks a little bit like you're gonna stay dry.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Just like the water is perfect, a little bit closer in.
Oh my god.
Remember what they said though? A shark only needs 3 feet of water.
The scale of this is.
I know.
Ugh.
The shark is like, where do I even start?
It's
He's
like probably
okay.
like rubbing
It's like
his
the
fins
shark
together.
buffet.
Its fin is probably dancing.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
Nah.
Not to the shark.
Whoa.
Oh, that is a big fin.
Say something. Why don't you?
Yeah, say yell it.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Oh, the splashing. The shark is attracted to the splashing.
Uh-huh. And the sounds, that'll just agitate him more. Oh no.
This guy, bro. He's pushing kids off the floaties and getting himself out. Absolute mayhem. Humanity, man. I'll tell you. What a fascinating creature we are. Makes you wonder who's the monster.
Oh my goodness. What?
That sucks though. It's like
Little
the boy
boy
who cried wolf.
Yeah. Now they're gonna think.
That is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. Yeah, there's some things I just completely forgot.
Yeah.
My brain
I
definitely
erased-
was like, yeah,
I
you don't have
erased
to
a lot
remember
of
that.
this. Yep. Still out there.
Well, you're going to sign this, and we're going to pay that guy what he wants. Martin, my kids. Well, that beats you. Sign it, Larry.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. They got here. Portable shower, a monkey cage. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
Ooh.
That's such great directing.
He's strapping himself
Wow. That is bull.
Huh?
He's gone under. He's gone under the boat. I think he's gone under the boat.
Oh my gosh.
You're a stingray, but it's definitely a game fish. Go!
It snapped.
You get back on the bridge.
That doesn't prove a damn thing.
Proves that you wealthy college boys don't have the education enough to admit when you're wrong.
Is he playing cards?
Stop playing with yourself, Hooper.
I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh,
Things
man.
like 20, 30 feet. What? Oh my goodness.
It's huge. It's huge.
That's a 20-footer.
Mm-hmm.
5.
My gosh.
Mm-mm.
No, buddy.
These shots, man, are so
Yeah.
cool. Just took it down.
Oh boy.
That was.
Nighttime.
Oh, dude.
Right there. Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart.
So Hooper, that's the USS Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes. Black eye, like a doll's eye. Doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white and then rip you to pieces. So 1,100 men went in the war. 316 men come out. The sharks took the rest. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.
Wow.
I'm tired and I wanna go to bed.
Oh my
What
goodness.
the heck?
Dave, put out the pilot.
You okay? Any more?
Did you see the shooting star?
The shooting star in the frame, was that planned?
I don't know.
I know, I wonder.
Probably not.
I see fingers torn out at the knuckles. Old Stevens Holmes full of them.
His fingers pulled out of the knuckles.
Whoa!
Ow.
Where are you going? I'm gonna make a phone call.
Seriously.
That's great! That's just great!
My gosh.
John Williams.
That was a cool shot. Such cool shots, man.
Nice.
I mean, those bullets have got to tickle it. It's probably just tickling it.
Yeah.
Give him room, Brody!
Oh! Oh my goodness.
Don't fall, don't fall.
Oh
My gosh, dude.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's not good.
Wow.
Ken stay down with 3 pounds on it.
Shark is like, is that a challenge?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, he can.
whoa, man.
Wait, don't put that much pressure on him.
He's so reckless.
And water got in there too. He's afraid, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's afraid.
Man.
Oh, it's gonna blow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
I mean, you absolutely have to be insane to go into a cage with a shark like that in the water.
There's a similar tune that reminds me of Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the
When
music,
when
yeah.
they're preparing like the weapons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a similar determination.
Yeah. It feels like we're watching something out of Shark Week.
Yeah.
Crazy because like half of this movie's in the water.
Mhm.
I mean, with a movie called Jaws, you'd expect as much.
Uh-oh.
That is wild. 3 barrels. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember any of this. Stupid thing.
No, when he dropped it.
No, of course he did.
Can you just get out of there?
Okay, do the guys upstairs not
Oh no.
feel the cage rattling like that?
No.
What the heck, Matt? Good, good, good. Swim down, swim down. Get that thing. Take one for the team.
This is so stressful.
Matt, he's still down there. He's still down there.
Lower.
He doesn't listen. Like slower and he goes faster.
I know. Yeah.
That's like the perfect. Oh my goodness.
No! Oh, no!
Oh man, he got him.
Come on, Steven, really?
I know. This is pretty graphic and gross.
Well, it's a horror movie. I mean,
know,
it's
but like, bleh. Like it.
it's great, 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 great.
This isn't even horror.
Well, exactly.
It is yeah, I guess it is monster horror.
They're literally in the water, bro. The ship is like...
Yes.
Good idea, good idea. That's a good idea.
What is that gonna do?
Well, it's compressed air.
And Matt is still out there.
This is the stuff that I'm like, dude, them filming this, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And how do you avoid actual sharks?
We don't know where the other guy went.
No,
do we?
no, we don't.
'Cause I think he's still under there.
Yeah, I think he's still in the... I mean, he's got a tank, so he's fine.
My goodness, dude.
He's going under. Or is that the camera angle?
No, man, that was the
ship.
Fire, you son of a...
Yes!
Oh.
What a feeling.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Oh my gosh. That line! You son of a... That was great.
That piano, like, right? The
Yeah.
descending.
yeah.
Quint. No.
Man.
I used to hate the water. I can't imagine why.
Oh man.
That's
Nah,
it.
man.
What a movie.
Wow, man.
Right.
What a movie. So, before we jump into our commentary and just talking about this movie, we did want to let you know that we have a new resource guide that we actually made for those of you that want to watch movies the MaJeliv way and are a fan of how we break down movies and talk about them. We wanted to give you the opportunity to learn how to do that yourself, so that you can have these conversations with your family, with your friends, and maybe some personal self-reflection when you watch new movies and TV shows. So definitely check that out, either with this card up above or with the link in the description. But bro, okay, so obviously everybody else here has seen it except you. I mean, now you've seen it.
Yeah, now I've seen it.
Obviously, I'm sure we all, from the ones that have seen it, we've all discovered new things. I know there were things that I completely forgot about. But yeah, bro, how are you feeling after all that?
Well, I'm feeling just very, I would say, encouraged. There's like an element of, it's a rite of passage, the whole thing, to be able to go to follow this guy Brody, how he's very afraid, to being the one that conquers the fear. And it's a massive thing to see that, especially someone that has been afraid of sharks. And there's a story that I think of with my dad. We were actually at the beach, and it was like around evening time. I was a lot younger then, but we were on this paddleboard, and we were doing like surfing kind of all day, where we were trying to ride waves and have a whole thing. But I was on the shore shouting for everybody to come back in, because that was me. I was very much like Brody. I just didn't like the water. Like, just there was something about it that was very unknown, and I couldn't control it. But when we were out there, I was there. I had to go. Like, my whole family had gone, so I was like, all right, let me do it. Let me go for this. And so we went out, my dad and I, and I'm on the board, just kind of waiting. Like, where are the waves? It took us a bit. We were out there for a while, just waiting for something to show up, and then something did show up. My dad suddenly, from my perspective, he jumped on the board, and I was like, Dad, what are you? And there was a fin with a black tip on it. So it was like a black tip shark. Wasn't the biggest thing.
Well, when you were little.
But when I was little, yeah, it probably
big.
could have done damage. Well,
it was at least a 5-footer.
Right.
You weren't 5 feet yet.
Right. So
Yeah,
it was
it was
a great white to me. And so then, by the grace of God, a wave came and carried us to shore. And so then we stood very still, and we made it back. Thankfully, but that day, the fear of sharks was still there. And so then to see this, where the thing is actually killed, it's a fascinating thing, because it's still nature. It's still the ocean. It's still, you can't control it.
Yeah.
But what we can control is our fear and our ability to handle the situation. So the way that the music is mixed with the visuals, just all of it, it's a lot more complex, and there's a lot more going on than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
I thought it'd just kind of be like a movie where there's a scary shark and people, but I mean, it's Steven Spielberg we're talking about, and he's a master at really getting a kind of a simple situation and finding all those little details that can be learned and taken away. So I'm in awe. I think it's a fantastic film.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, there's been a lot more studies and research done about the actual way that sharks react to things. I know this movie definitely had an impact on culture in terms of how we view sharks, for sure. So,
because I know they created a fear.
Oh, absolutely.
Of sharks
absolutely.
And a misconception of the animal and the behaviors.
But like you said, though, Josh, the shark represented like that fear and the unknown of the ocean, and so in that sense it was wonderful. I mean, even all the characters, I mean, they're all super dynamic. Chief Brody and Quint, and
even the mayor,
all of them. The mayor,
talking about it, he had children on the beach, and he was willing to put them at risk for the sake of money and for that security. And that's a very dangerous thing, that we all respond to fear and what we think is best in different ways. And so that's a huge lesson. There's a lot of great themes in here, and it's so rich with so much stuff.
Yeah, it's very selective too, with like the graphics and stuff like that. It's very intentional, which I do love and appreciate. And there's something more suspenseful about what they don't show. That's I think the beauty of suspense is the mystery is what scares us so much. So that's why in the end it's a huge climax, because it's like him in action. Unfortunately, we lose Quint.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty, it was just a crazy reveal of all of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, all of it unfolding. I definitely erased a lot of this from my memory when I watched it for the first time. But I love that we got to see this again and watch it too with Josh. Now he's on the same page.
Well, absolutely.
I think the sheriff's family also, they moved into this new town and, you know, by the water, and there was clearly some fears that he brought with him. And I think by the end you see the amount of courage and him facing his fear and being strong and overcoming and finally, you know, realizing the potential he had to do what he did. So
it's an internal conflict. I start to think about those things I did tell you about man versus nature, just about like the conflict of a story, and him moving to this town to provide for his family. There was also a desire in him to actually do something, to actually serve. And he felt that in New York, the crime, all of it never ended, that he never could truly accomplish something.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he goes into the lion's den and faces, I would say, himself, the thing that he's most scared of. And he is actually able to defeat it. He's actually able to come out on top. So it's an external conflict, but it's also internal. There's an internal journey that happens with Brody that's great. It's awesome.
And going back to what Jemmy, you were saying about the CGI or the graphics and stuff, you know, I've seen a couple of interviews or shorts come up about Spielberg talking about this movie and how, you know, there was so many things that went wrong behind the scenes, technologically, like with the malfunctions of the animatronic. Like, there's just a lot that went on. It was extremely stressful. But that he talks about how that those limits are actually what made the movie what it is, you know, because he said if he had more accessibility to CGI and things, he probably would have shown more, which then wouldn't have made this movie what it was. So it all, in the end, worked out the way it was supposed to. I'm sure it was still stressful and quite overwhelming, but again, it also challenged them to add a certain level of suspense by not showing the shark, which I think is what causes so much tension and build up towards those moments where we do see it and where you know, blood is shed and when certain people are attacked. And so, man, it's just wild.
And I'm sure scientifically there's a lot of inaccuracy with the way that they showed the attacks and things like that, but to be filmed when it was, I mean, 75. I don't know, it's an animatronic, but you still feel those moments of fear and angst and suspense and all of the things.
Was this before Alien? Because I know the first one came out in the 70s too, didn't it?
Yeah, I think this was after Alien.
It's a great question. I don't remember the dates right now.
I'm just curious because it when it comes to the intensity and also the practical effects, it did remind me of Alien. Alien is a whole other story. But
Alien was 4 years after this.
Okay, okay, so this was first.
Yeah, this was before Alien, Star Wars, all
and
that.
even to sink a ship the way they did, slowly, to like have different phases of this ship breaking apart and falling, and be able to continue to film these scenes and to work with the elements of like the ocean and
so difficult.
Yeah, no,
and even the sound, like when the actors were saying things and yelling things and the whole element of, I know there was a moment where the water was hitting the lens and you could feel like you were in the water, but then there was moments where there's a lot of splashing and stuff, but you could see things clearly. And for the 70s, that is very, very impressive. For them to be able to have pulled that off. Anywho,
you know, there's so many themes here. The one that, I mean, this is probably my third time in my life that I've seen this movie from beginning to end. The second time was with you, Jemmy, and we sat down and she kept asking.
It sucked. I kept asking him, "Does he die?" And he kept saying, "I don't remember." I'm like, "Yes, you do." He drove me crazy.
Yeah, this was really great this third time. Now that Josh, you've been able to overcome I will actually sit and watch this movie.
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad you didn't watch it back then because this would have instilled even more fear. I feel.
Yes, most definitely. I definitely. I mean, we've talked about it. We've watched Shark Weeks before, and
Yeah.
we've learned slowly more about sharks to kind of like give me some exposure
It doesn't
little by
help
little.
that we traumatize you with Soul Surfer too.
Yes, that was another thing. We watched a movie, Soul Surfer, in theaters, but I was very young. And this was before the shark incident at the beach.
Yeah, it was before.
And I think it actually implanted that
Well, and it was
idea
also based
of,
off of a true story. It's a beautiful overcoming story, but when you're super little, it's
it just
terrifying.
it made me sick. It made me stop breathing. It was not good. It was not very good.
We had
at
to
all.
leave the theater.
We had to leave the theater because I was not gonna sit there and watch it.
Well, he started to heave. We thought
I started to heave
and not good.
It's just a lot for a little kid to take in, but
Parenting.
We were very young parents,
I also
and we just
didn't think they were gonna be as graphic.
No, we didn't
It seemed
think-
like it was more of an overcomer story because she's an actual person.
Survivor.
It's her story, and she's a surfer, and she got attacked, and
I also think a lot of it was the shock, though. Like, a lot of what that kid experienced in this. Like, as a little kid, it's more the suspense and build up of just how overwhelmingly stressful a situation like that would be, or how
Brody
horrifying and shocking, you know?
Brody puts his kid in a place that he thinks is safe, like in a place he thinks is safe, but he's actually just as afraid as anybody else. And then the little kid is right next to the shark without even meaning to be, and his life is at stake, and he's shocked by that. You know, so it's kind of, I mean, that kind of mirrors we were all afraid of sharks when we went to go see this movie. Like, oh, it's a way to experience it, and it's sometimes it's about admitting the fear and being able to navigate it. And it's very, very fascinating.
You know, as a man versus nature type of movie, it just reminds humanity that it's really not wise to underestimate Mother Nature. It's just not.
Just
You
don't
know,
do it.
there is such a greater force out there, and it's, you know, I say the creator obviously puts certain things in design so that we are humbled again and again by the power of nature, whether it's a hurricane or a massive, you know, shark like this. Because there are you know, sharks that are 20 feet. There's massive alligators out there and crocodiles that I never ever want to see.
That's that MaJeliv dad fear right there.
Isn't there a scary movie about crocodiles?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that one. But at least not yet. Maybe that's for the next episode. Overcoming gators stuff. But look, all in all, the theme of just, you know, it is man versus nature, and as you were saying, Josh, it's also what does nature say about us, you know? And what Brody had to face, he did it the moment he really just kind of turned to a sense of, I have got to go face this thing, is when the thing went after his son. Like, I took it personally in this third watch, and I know he obviously took it personally. His son is laying in the sand in shock, and he realizes this thing needs to die, and I need to make sure it's dead. I can't just hope it's dead. I need to go see it done. And so that really is a turning point moment for the character of Brody, and him truly having to face the ultimate fear of being out in the water. And that's what it takes. Your family starts to be threatened by it, and you have to go outside yourself, outside your massive comfort zone to face this thing, this evil that seems evil. And yet is it just nature in its wild state? You know, there's a wildness to Quint. There's a pirate kind of essence to him.
Oh yeah.
But he's a man on a, you know, you can't help but think that his trauma of what happened on the USS Indianapolis has put him on this sense of, I will dominate this creature. I will hunt it down, and I'll hang up trophies for all of the men that we lost that night. There's something so tragic and like the strange poetic justice that he is. You know, he's slayed by this beast, which we start to see the slow obsession that happens. Anybody else was enraged by him destroying the radio? Like, that never made sense to me.
Yeah.
This is the third time I'm watching it, and it infuriates me. What do you do? It's like pride. It's like, no, I will destroy radio. I don't want help.
Going too fast on the boat, blowing up the engines, like,
it's the epitome of pride. Yeah. And it cost him his life. And that, my friends, is my biggest thing. It's a very redundant theme in so many different ways of life and in movies. Pride kills. It just does. You at some point you need to know that you got to back up and surrender certain things about wanting to have control.
Yeah.
No, just
well, even,
find a way to keep
even the
survive.
scientist guy, the
Hooper.
or something.
Yeah, Matt Hooper.
Matt Hooper. Yeah, Matt Hooper. He, he was in the cage thinking he was going to shoot it with a torpedo, and the shark ended up destroying the cage, and he had to flee and try and grab it, but, obviously what he thought was going to work or what he knew, and it just didn't work.
He didn't get touched by the shark. He did. The shark was about to eat him, but he got away. I think it's fascinating that he got away and that Quint got eaten. I think Quint and Matt are very polar opposite characters, which is why it's fascinating to see them together on this boat, laughing, showing their scars and who's stronger. Such a great scene.
Scenes are great.
Because Quint has been in the water with sharks without knowing anything about them. Where Matt has been studying sharks in a college university situation where he's never really touched water. He's just learned about it. And so then when he comes into town and talks to Brody, Matt is just like, I know what to do. What are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? I think we need to make sure. And he's commanding. But then when you run into Quint, it's like, no, I know more because I have a real reason to be afraid. And they're both almost trying to comparing their fears, but when it comes to it, Matt hides behind a sand dune underwater with a breathing tank. Quint gets bitten in half like the friend that he lost. And the one that actually stands up to the shark is Brody. Because he's fighting not out of fear, but out of love to get back home to his family.
He's not trying to prove anything.
He's not trying to prove anything.
Yeah.
He's just trying to make it back home and not let fear get in the way of caring for the ones he cares about.
It's that courage.
Right.
Courage, exactly.
It's a wonderful lesson. I again moved
and
by this movie.
And talk about essences too, because you can tell from the beginning he's a person of true heart and has true care for those people around him, and especially his family too. So he's in it he wants to help this town. I think he felt so helpless in New York with all that. He didn't feel like he was really doing anything. Yeah. So he was able to pursue that, whereas the other two characters were tackling with their own pride and egos. So
which are understandable.
Understandably so.
It's not.
It's just beautifully written, where it's the essences of, especially how they casted them too. You can just you can tell with their essence that this guy has a past, or you can tell. I just love it. It's beautifully done.
You're making me reflect, Jemmy, on when Chief Brody gets slapped by the mom. That. He is a noble guy, and that moment was such a loss. He really felt that this was all his fault. He lacked the courage to get into the mayor's face and tell him, "Look, Mayor, if you don't close the beaches, I'm going to break your arm. You need to listen." But he didn't know. He just didn't know. They had no clue what they were facing. Even Quint, who had faced how many sharks, they had no idea they were facing a 25-foot shark. And nobody would have imagined that. And that's. It's just the genius of this movie, because it takes us on into the hearts of these characters. Brody's heart is as big as the shark.
Yeah.
Wonderful, man.
Yep.
What a journey, dude. It's so great to watch this again and see the different angles, and more on the again cinematic, technological side. Some of the shots, like you said, Mom, were just over the water, super. Again, just in the context of 1975 and everything they had to do, I'm sure it was
the beach scenes with all those people,
all the directions, the way that Spielberg is constantly using everything in the frame to tell a story.
Did you notice when they're in Quint's little shop, when he tells Hooper to not, when Brody tells Hooper to not drink the drink, he still does it anyways.
Yeah.
It's super small in the shot, you can miss it.
But if you pay attention to always something going on, and
so cool.
The way you go from a wide to a close up, just all of it, it's just wonderful. But yeah, man, that was great, man. And
then John Williams,
you've watched Jaws.
Yeah, we've all seen Jaws. Look at that.
Yay!
Yeah.
And John Williams too. He just put the cherry on top.
John Williams, he was able to have the shark in there even when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Technically.
That music, little score, is the shark. That's how he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So good.
It's that the sound of fear approaching.
Dun,
You know,
dun.
it's not I don't even know how that's.
The cello, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
the
good.
cello.
And there's again, that's the popular theme, but the other little things that he does with the instruments and the whenever the little barrel was floating in the water, that like happy feeling.
Yeah,
that you get.
adventurous. Yeah.
Yeah, the adventurous. You see it kind of moving, and then when it goes down, the music stops, and it's all sad and then just the different iterations and the piano when the shark was sinking. You mentioned that.
Quite the adventure.
It's just everyone was on their A game, even if it was stressful. They got it done.
So great, man.
Very
Got
inspiring.
it done.
Yeah, well, we definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What you think of Jaws? What you thought of this movie? Maybe it's your first time watching it alongside us, which would be amazing. But if not, if you've seen it already, definitely let us know how this movie impacted you when you first saw it. Any commentary or behind the scenes things that are good to know. Again,
Was the shooting star real?
Yeah, that
yeah.
moment. Was that like? Was
noticed
that
That's a good question.
something they added later, or was that just a magical movie moment? We
Is
definitely
that in the script?
would love to hear more insight about all of that, especially if you are a Jaws super fan and you're a big fan of this movie. So definitely meet us in the comments. And again, feel free to check out that free resource guide in the description or with this card up above. And if you want access to the Uncut Watch Along to Jaws, to our reaction to Jaws, you can have access to that by becoming a member of MaJeliv. Either by becoming a member here on YouTube with the join icon next to the subscribe button, or by joining our new MaJeliv Insider Community, which we are very excited about. We've only had it for a month now. It's our new platform. What we used to have on Patreon has now transitioned again to our own platform where we can connect more directly with you. And our goal with it is to just create a space for like-minded individuals who are all about participating more with the art that we are watching as opposed to just mindlessly consuming it. So just building a space where we are doing our best to live more authentically with faith, gratitude, true presence, and just continuing to engage with art that elevates the human experience. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. But regardless, you guys being here today means a lot. So thank you. Go out there, spread your light, and have a MaJeliv day. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.